All right, I'm gonna wait a few minutes for some people to get here. Hey everybody, my name is Amanda. I am a recruitment specialist with Girl Scout Spirit of Nebraska out of the Omaha area. Today I have some recruitment tips for volunteers. So I'm going to give you a list of about 7 tips that I could think of off the top of my head, and then at the end we'll open it up to some questions if you got any. So feel free to type any questions into the comment section and I'll answer them as I can. So my first tip, and I think the most important one, is to meet girls where they are. If you are trying to recruit girls into your troop, you're not going to find any if you're not going to events where girls are at or going to places where kids are going to be, essentially. So if you are looking to attend events to try to recruit for your troop, it's good to look for those that are more youth focused or co-hosted by organizations that also serve youth in the area. So if you need any tips on what to look for, you can always ask us here at your local council and we'll help you out with that. So some tips that kind of go along with that. Like I said, attend youth-oriented events in your neighborhood, at your local schools, your churches, things that and organizations that focus on helping kids. Reach out to organizations within those entities in your area. So reach out to your youth groups at your church, reach out to clubs at your schools, your admin at your schools, sports organizations, talk to your children's teachers, talk to other moms in the area, and just let them know that you are a volunteer with Girl Scouts, that you're interested in recruiting some other girls and seeing if they're interested. Another great thing to do is to talk to your school administration about flyers. We always try to put out flyers and kind of advertise as an overarching council in the schools, but sometimes it's a little bit more difficult for us to do since we're not a parent of a child that goes to that school. So sometimes it's a lot easier for parents to be able to do that. So if you're looking to expand your troop, I would maybe say start talking with other girls in your children's classes, their teachers, and then talk to the administration and see if they will let you as a parent put a flyer up or put a newsletter out or something like that. You could also discuss startup troops, and I'll talk about startup troops a little bit later and kind of describe what that is in case some of you don't know what a startup troop is. But a really good place to build something like that would be with the youth group at your church or with a school club. You could also partner with your local staff, with people like me. So if you're from the Douglas, Sarpy County area, I'm your local recruiter. If you're not sure who your local recruiter is, call your nearest council office. Call your nearest service center. They will let you know who that person is. We're always looking for help, especially with events. It can be a little bit daunting to have to run a whole table by yourself. So, if a volunteer came up to me and said, hey, I'm really interested in recruiting some girls for my troop. If you are doing an event soon and would like some help with your table, I would jump on that opportunity. So ask your local recruitment staff if they need any help or assistance with anything. If you're willing to run a table by yourself, let us know. If you're willing to run a craft or an activity for attendees of the event, let us know. We're always open to having some assistance for sure. Startup troops. I mentioned a couple tips ago that something you could do is a startup troop. Now, that's not necessarily going to bring more girls into your troop. It could, depending on the situation, but it is definitely going to help the organization as a whole. So if, let's say you are a brownie troop leader, and you're trying to recruit some more brownies into your troop, but a lot of the parents at your school are saying things to you like, oh, I have a daughter that's brownie age, but I also have a daughter that's daisy age, and it would be really difficult for us to bring them to both to separate meetings on separate nights, and that's what's holding them back. What you could suggest to that parent is a startup troop. And what a startup troop is a kind of a trial period for Girl Scouts. So Most of the time it's Girl Scout staff members that run it, but we also are totally open to having any volunteer run a Daisy Startup Troop. And it can also be for any level of Girl Scouts, but mostly it's for Daisies. And what that looks like is that you would start that startup troop and run the first 5 or so meetings until you have 2 co-leaders that are willing to take that troop over from you. And so we can give you resources, we can give you a whole kit of basically a startup troop in a box, and you can take that, run it, start a Daisy troop, and then eventually have a whole second troop. And then that parent who also has a brownie can, you know, bring both girls in one place. That's just one sort of scenario. We also have some incentives that go along with running a startup troop that you can ask us more about too. When you are at events, so say you're helping your local recruiter, or you are working an event just of your own fruition in your neighborhood, or however, if you're at back to school night, conferences, anything like that, and you find yourself in a position where you're having that conversation about Girl Scouts, you want to talk to girls about their interests, and you want to talk to parents about the benefits of Girl Scouts. And that's kind of another meaning of when I say meet girls where they are. Girls, if they're younger especially, if you talk about all of the academic benefits of being in Girl Scouts, it's going to go right over their head. Or they're just not going to be interested most of the time. That's what my experience has been. So I find it more successful to talk to girls about what are you interested in, how Girl Scouts programming can meet that, fill that gap. So if they're really interested in the outdoors and they really want to go camping, obviously we have tons of camp opportunities with Girl Scouts. If they're interested in horseback riding, that's obviously something that we offer at Girl Scouts that they may not know about. Parents are going to want to hear about the academic benefits, the leadership benefits, the life skills, the 4 pillars, all of those opportunities as well. It's also really important, tell the people you're talking to, the parents, the girls, tell them why you love Girl Scouts. Why do you lead a troop? Why are your girls in Girl Scouts? That's going to make that personal connection, and that's going to really help their gears in their brain going about, oh, maybe this is something that I would really like for my daughter. Also talk about the girls in your troop and why they love Girl Scouts. It's also really helpful to have some girls there. As cool as I think I am, I'm never going to be as cool to a young girl as a slightly older girl in Girl Scouts or another girl her age in Girl Scouts. So whenever you can, if you're at a recruiting event of some kind, bring some girls from your troop. Have them wear their uniform. Have them talk about firsthand why they love Girl Scouts and why they're in Girl Scouts. That's probably the most powerful. Like I said, discuss the 4 pillars with parents. Talk about what our programming teaches. Bring up things to other people that they are less likely to know about. Things like horseback riding camps. Things like challenge courses. Things like the zipline course that we have, academic benefits, life skills, how Girl Scouts can instill confidence, empowerment, those kinds of things. Not everybody knows about that. Most people are just going to think Girl Scouts equals cookies, which we do, but it's also a lot more than that. Social media, especially right now, is a really good way to reach out to other people and recruit. You don't have to be super direct about it. You don't have to post something on your Facebook that says, hey, I lead a troop and we're looking for more girls. You can, absolutely, but you don't have to do that. If you get the word out there in another way, like post how your troop is still meeting virtually if you are. Post some pictures of, oh, these are some really great things we did last year when we could, be more social and more active. Talk about camp experiences, talk about community service, post pictures of badge work that your girls have done. And then at the end, you can throw in if your girl's looking for a Girl Scout troop, we have space for you, kind of a thing. You can encourage other parents that you know to share that with other parents that you may not know that might be in a similar area as you. We also have something called Invite a Friend cards. We have some postcards at the council service centers that are basically an invitation for your girls in your troop to invite some of their friends that aren't Girl Scouts, and they can come to a meeting, see what Girl Scouts is all about, and decide if they want to continue or not. And it's just kind of a no strings attached trial period, which are really good. So we can always get you those postcards as well. And now that we're meeting virtually, that's something that you can totally do virtually as well. Have a girl invite a friend, send her the Zoom invite code or whatever platform you happen to be using, and that can work virtually as well. And it's probably even less of a commitment then, because you're not physically going somewhere at the moment. And the last idea that I have for you that is a little bit unconventional is one that ties into our, strong sense of community service in Girl Scouts. So hypothetically speaking, if your troop is out working on a journey or working on a badge or doing some sort of take action project, use that opportunity, essentially. So try to pick a take action project that would put you more in the community, make you more visible, and make sure your girls are all in uniform. And when you're doing that community service, doing that take action project, be open to passersby talking to you about Girl Scouts. It's a little bit more of a passive and less active way to recruit, but we all know that if you're not a member of an organization and you see members of an organization out doing good in the community, that's going to stick with you. You're going to see that and you're going to go, oh, those people do this really great thing for the world around us, and you're going to have a more positive outlook on that organization. So if people are walking by or in your neighborhood or wherever you happen to be doing your take action project, see your girls doing that community service project, that's going to leave a positive impression whether they ask you about Girl Scouts or not. So that is all I have. It looks like we have 6 people on the live. If anybody has any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments and I will answer them as best as I can. I'll give you a few minutes, and if we don't have any questions, then I'll let you go for the day. But like I said, my name is Amanda Good. I am the recruiter out of Douglas and Sarpy County, so mostly the Omaha area. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to your council office. So if anybody has any questions right now, just let me know and we'll answer them as they pop up. So I'll give you a little bit to do that. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any questions. So like I said, if you've got any later that pop up, reach out to your local service center. We'll get you in touch with your most local recruiter and we will answer your questions as best as you can, and we're always open for help. So thank you so much for joining me on this Facebook Live today. I hope I gave you some good tips and tricks to get out there and recruit more girls, especially once we're more able to do so. So thank you, volunteers, for everything that you do for Girl Scouts, and have a great rest of your day.